The Grape Nuts Flakes program, starring Orson Welles, who is pinch hitting for Jack Benny, with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Dennis Day, Rochester, and yours truly, Don Wilson. Tonight I'm the original glad man, friends, for aren't we all glad to get news of a thrifty, swifty, appetizing breakfast dish for these up-and-at-'em early mornings? Then wait till we all tell you all about Grape Nuts Flakes, the crisp and toasty brown breakfast cereal that's always ready for breakfast before you are. And ready to eat Grape's America's fastest-growing breakfast cereal. And think of this, too, homemakers. Every time you buy a big bunch of Grape Nuts Flakes, you're saving up because you don't need them. Not for thrifty, plentiful Grape Nuts Flakes. Was Take It From There, played by the orchestra. And now, ladies and gentlemen, before we start the program, let us reenact for you a little scene which took place a short while ago in a drugstore near the NBC building here in Hollywood. The time exactly 15 minutes before this broadcast. Take it away, drugstore.
One tuna fish on whole wheat. One tuna fish coming up.
Gosh, it's crowded in here. Say, Don, do you think I have time for a sandwich before the show?
Why, yes, Mary, if you hurry. I think I'll have a dish of Tutti Frutti ice cream myself.
Watch it, Don. If you put on one more chin, you can throw away your vest. No kidding.
Now, Mary, will you stop ribbing me about my weight? I'm not so heavy.
Go on. Every time you step into an empty elevator, the operator says, "That's all, please," and up you go. Oh, Gilroy.
What'll it be, Mary?
Just a sandwich. I'll have a hamburger.
A hamburger? Yes, ma'am. Oh, Radcliffe.
Yes, Gilroy.
Hitch old Dobbin to a bun. You want something else, Mary?
No, that'll be all.
Would you mind taking my order, Bud?
Gladly. What do you have, Wobble Tummy?
Well, I'll have a dish of ice cream, please. Make it Tutti Frutti.
You can have Tutti, but there's no more fruity for the duration. How's that, Radcliffe?
Gilroy, you're really bumping your gums now.
Yeah. Why don't you two jerks give up sodas and write for radio?
We do. We just sold a lot of gags to old Red Skelton.
Red Skelton?
No, old Red Skelton, his father.
Well, that's my fault for talking to you. Oh, hello, Phil.
Hiya, Mary. Hello, Donzo.
Well, Phil, is your orchestra all rehearsed for the program?
Who rehearses? If I ever told my boys they was playing something wrong, they'd say, "How do you know?" Then I'd be stuck. Take it easy. Relax. That's my motto.
Well, I hope Orson doesn't find out you didn't rehearse.
Oh, Welty? Why, him and me is pals. We gave a lecture together at UCLA just last night.
You and Orson gave a talk at the university?
Oh, Orson did all the talking. I just sat there and let them professors feel my head once in a while.
What?
No, so. You should have been there. I started to pull a couple of gags and Orson wrapped me on the bean with his pointer. Get a load of this lump up there.
What'll it be, Twitch? A bromo seltzer?
No, thanks. I had one across the street. I just came in here to burp. Ain't that a Lulu?
Oh, you and your Lulus.
Say, Gil, is this man annoying you?
No, Radcliffe. Put down that cupcake.
Oh, that Radcliffe's really a demon. Oh, hello, Dennis.
Hello, Miss Livingston. Say, how's the hamburger you're eating?
All it needs is a jockey.
Gosh, Mr. Harris, where'd you get that big lump on your head?
From Orson Welles, that too. Orson Welles.
You want something to eat, Dennis? You better order. Now, what do you want?
I think I'll have the special sandwich. Peanut brittle on whole wheat.
You mean peanut butter.
No, look, it says right here, peanut brittle.
That's a misprint, kid. I'll bring you a peanut butter sandwich.
Nothing doing. It says peanut brittle here, and that's what I want.
Now listen.
I know my rights.
Dennis, if I wasn't a lady, I'd knock him right off that stool. Now behave yourself.
Hey, kids, get a load of who's coming in. It's Miss Harrington, Orson's secretary.
Hello, Miss Harrington.
Hello, young man. Good afternoon, everybody.
Hello, Butch.
By the way, Miss Harrington, how's Mr. Wells feeling today?
Oh, he's in a splendid mood. He found his yo-yo under the dresser.
What's your order, ma'am?
I want this place tidied up and this counter cleared. Mr. Wells is about to honor this hash house with his presence.
Yes, ma'am.
And incidentally, young man, when did you put on that shirt you're wearing?
In 1937, when I left Stratford, Connecticut.
Well, change it immediately.
Yes, ma'am.
And as for your gruesome friend with the wide part in his hair...
That's gotta be me.
Would you mind lying under the counter until Mr. Wells leaves?
Gladly. My feet is killing me.
Attention! Attention, everybody! Mr. Wells is approaching.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Orson Welles. Well, Mary, you look lovely today.
Thanks, Orson.
I stopped by your house to give you a lift to the studio, but the butler said you'd already gone.
The butler? Oh, did Papa have that tail baby face?
That's sweet of you, Mary. Don't you think it's a little early in the day for romance?
Well...
Take it when you can get it. That's my motto.
Dennis, please. Oh, boy!
Yes, Mr. Wells?
I'll have a cup of cold consommé.
Hey, where do you think you're at, the Brown Derby?
Get back under that counter.
Yes, Mr. Wells. Whoop, off my head.
Mr. Wells, I don't think you'll have time. Do you mind okaying it?
Not at all. Oh, no. Now, that's awful. Miss Harrington, take this out in the alley and burn it immediately.
Yes, Mr. Wells.
Burn the script?
But, Orson, what are we going to do for a play tonight?
I shall write one myself.
Hey, Mr. Wells, if you're looking for a comedy sketch, my partner and I wrote one that's terrific.
Yes, dynamite.
Get back under that counter.
Yes, Mr. Wells.
You wait for that long enough.
It hurts.
Sight gag, ladies and
Well,
gentlemen.
how about it, Mr. Wells? Do you want to buy our plays?
Yes, deliver it to me at NBC as quickly as possible.
Thanks, Mr. Wells.
Come on, everybody, follow me. Last one in the studio is a rotten egg. You'd be so nice to come home to, it says here, played by Phil Harris and his orchestra. Phil, you can stop waving your baton now. The number's over.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
Don't mention it.
You see, old boy, I didn't get a chance to rehearse that selection, so consequently I didn't realize it had reached its termination. If you get what I mean.
That is due to your lackadaisical inadvertence. The conclusion of that number found you in a state of oblivious lethargy. Get what I mean?
No, but my lump is throbbing.
So I notice. It's fairly dancing. By the way, Mary, I've been meaning to ask you, how's Jack coming along? Is he over his cold?
If he was over his cold, you wouldn't be here, brother.
Dennis?
Yes, Jack is much better, Orson. He's resting at the Arizona Biltmore in Phoenix.
The Arizona Biltmore? Isn't that rather expensive for Jack?
Expense means nothing to him. He was delirious when he checked in.
That must be the reason.
You know, fellas, I got a postcard from Mr. Benny this morning. He asked me to send his golf bag right away.
His golf bag? Say the old boy must be getting better if he wants to play a little golf.
What do you mean, golf? If I know Benny, he landed a job picking grapefruit.
Now, wait a minute, Mary. Let's all be fair to Jack. He doesn't think of work all the time. Of course not. Jack can relax and enjoy vacation like anybody else.
Oh, yeah? He took me to Catalina on the boat one time and played his fiddle all the way over.
Well, that doesn't mean he was playing for money.
Don't tell me. I was passing the hat.
Just the same, I'm sure Jack is getting a good rest in Phoenix. Incidentally, it gives me a splendid idea. I think I'll call Jack and say hello to him.
Right now?
Of course, right now, Miss Harrington. Get me Mr. Benny at the Arizona Biltmore in Phoenix.
Yes, Mr. Wells.
Imagine talking to Phoenix, Arizona just like that. Ain't a phone a wonderful thing?
It sure is. Say, Mr. Harris, who invented the telephone?
Well, Alexander Graham invented the bell. The rest I don't know nothing about.
Mr. Harris, the telephone in its entirety was invented by Alexander Graham Bell, which I can pronounce. Come, Miss Harrington. What's the delay on that call?
Well, I have the Arizona Biltmore, but they can't seem to locate Mr. Benny.
Let me have that phone, please. Hello? Hello, operator? I'd like to talk to Jack Benny. What? He's not registered. He's not a guest there.
Have her look out in the lobby. Maybe he's a bellboy.
Bellboy?
With his flat feet, he could be the house stick.
Bill, please. Now, operator, I'd like to talk to Mr. Benny. Oh, his temperature went down. He checked out. Very well, I'll call him there. Goodbye. That's strange.
What's the matter? Did Jack leave the Arizona Biltmore?
Yes, it seems he's now stopping at the Jasmine Blossom Auto Court.
The Jasmine Blossom?
Hey, I just thought of something. Jasmine Blossom. That's JB, the same initials as Mr. Benny.
That's right, Dennis, and I'm sure Jack will come home with some lovely monogram towels. Miss Harrington, remind me to call Mr. Benny first thing tomorrow morning at the Jasmine Blossom Auto Court.
Yes, Mr. Wells.
Oh, excuse me. Come in. Well, it's those two merry madcaps from the soda fountain. Hello, fellows.
Hello, Mr. Wells. Here's that comedy sketch we wrote for you. There's a little mayonnaise on it, but it's very jolly.
Thank you, fellows. By the way, would you like to stay and hear your little gem?
I don't know. Should we stay, Gil? We can't stay. That fat lady is waiting for her cheeseburger.
Oh, yes. Let's go.
Wait till I open the door.
Well, let's see what they've written here. So far, nothing but mayonnaise. A little crude, but it'll get by. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for our feature attraction this evening, we are going to present a mystery melodrama entitled Death at Midnight or the Murder Case. Now, in this drama, I will play the role of Inspector Wells of Police Headquarters. Phil, you'll be my assistant, Sergeant Harris, and Dennis, you will be my other assistant, Sergeant Day. It is your duty to help me solve a horrible crime.
Okay.
But I didn't do it, I tell you. I didn't do it.
You're a policeman. Of course you didn't do it.
Don't be too sure.
And Mary.
There's always a guy you never suspect, silly.
Dennis, please. Now, Mary.
Yes, Orson.
In our sketch, you play the part of the mysterious lady in black. 6 of your husbands have strangely disappeared, and you've just married your 7th.
I'm a busy little girl, aren't I?
Decidedly. Well, that takes care of the casting for our play.
Oh, I beg your pardon, Orson, but haven't you overlooked me?
Don, overlooking you is like losing a bass drum in a phone booth. However, you should be the butler. And now, ladies and gentlemen, this play will go on immediately after... I'll take it. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Wells. This is Rochester.
Hello, Rochester. What do you want?
Mr. Wells, up to now, working for you has been a pleasure, but trouble has reared its ugly head.
Trouble?
It's that Chinese cook of yours. We just don't speak the same language.
Well, naturally. Naturally. What's the difficulty between you and Chong?
You know those pork chops I got at the market yesterday? The ones I had to use commando tactics to obtain?
Yes, yes.
Well, that cook of yours wants to cut them up into little pieces for chop suey. That's vandalism.
Now, calm down, Rochester.
Any man that would treat a pork chop like that would pull the chair out from under Whistler's mother.
Rochester, don't get so excited. Good heavens, the way you talk, you think those chops were radium.
I can get rid of them tomorrow. Let's see you get some pork chops.
Now, Rochester, there's no reason why you and Chong can't be good friends. Put Chong on the phone.
Okay, here he is.
Hello, Chong.
Hello, Mr. Wells.
Now, Chong, I want you and Rochester to get along with each other. What's all this quarreling about?
我冇法子咯，個黑鬼想食生字肉，我就叫佢洗乾隻口嚟啦，我乜嘢都唔俾佢食喎。
So he told me. Anything else?
住喺望角路字啦，幾下等賤格人，佢入到我廚房做乜嘢？佢摸佢入嚟住啦。
You're absolutely right. Now, Chong, here's what you do. Cook the chop suey for us and give Rochester a couple of pork chops for himself.
Okay, Mr. Wells. I'm very happy.
Now put Rochester back on the phone. Rochester?
Yes, Mr. Wells?
Everything is all settled. Chong's giving you 2 pork chops, and you can cook them any way you want to.
Cook them? I bought myself a gold frame. I'm going to hang them in my bedroom. So long, Mr. Wells.
Goodbye, Rochester. Well, I guess that's straightened out. Sing, Dennis. Heard It Can't Be Wrong, and that was Dennis Day singing. And Dennis, I don't have to tell you, that was very good.
I'll say you don't. I heard it.
Dennis, you shouldn't pat yourself on the back like that. It's quite hammy.
You should talk, brother.
Got something there. And now, ladies and gentlemen, go away, Dennis. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we will present our thrilling, baffling, spine-tingling mystery melodrama, Death at Midnight. As the scene opens, we find Inspector Wells in his office at police headquarters. Curtain, music!
Is that the phone, Inspector?
No, it's a preview for whom the bell's tolled. Hello, police headquarters. Inspector Wells speaking.
Help! Come over at once. I'm going to be murdered!
Get away from that phone, you little double-crosser. I'll let you have it.
Help!
What was that, Inspector?
Oh, one of those gin-rummy arguments. And before I forget it, Harris, you're supposed to be a policeman. What's the idea of coming to work in those loud sport clothes?
My girlfriend thinks I'm a bookmaker.
That's no excuse. Now, here's your badge, your uniform, your club.
Okay, where's my flat feet?
On the opposite end of your flat head.
Are you...
Oh, Inspector!
What is it, Sergeant Day?
Somebody has been passing phony dollar bills all over town, and I've got one of them.
A dollar bill, eh? And how do you know it's phony?
Washington is wearing Lincoln's beard.
Let me see that. You're right. And he's wearing Lincoln's hat, too.
Hey, were those two guys roommates?
Of course not. Washington wearing Lincoln's beard. This is the worst job of counterfeiting I ever saw.
You think that's something? Turn the bill over.
Good heavens. Hedda Hopper is sitting on the Eagle. Nice work, Day. We've got to report this to Washington.
I thought he was dead.
Washington, D.C. Hello? Hello, Inspector Wells speaking.
Hello, Specky. This is Mrs. Lillian Gahagan Crumdyke speaking. You know, the lady in black.
Why did you call me up, you naughty girl? Have you bumped off another husband?
I didn't have anything to do with it. I went to the library just now, and he was slumped over the radio with the Fred Allen program going full blast.
Or was your husband dead?
He must have been. He didn't turn it off. So long, Specky.
Hold everything, Mrs. Crumdyke. I'll be right over. Sergeant Harris, Sergeant Day.
Yes, Inspector.
Come on, boys. We're going over to investigate a murder. And I have a hunch this crime was committed by...
By who?
I can't make this out. There's mayonnaise on it. Let's go, fellows!
Calling all cars. Eddie Lamar locked in her closet. Take it easy, boys. That is all.
This is the house right here. Harris, Day, break down that door.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, gentlemen. Did you ring?
No, we didn't. We're the police. Who are you?
I'm Wobble Tummy, the butler.
The butler, eh? Now tell me, what do you know about this crime?
I don't know anything, sir. When the murder took place, I was down at the grocery store buying a package of toasted brown sweeties and a grape nuts flakes.
Grape nuts flakes, eh? Make a note of that, Harris.
Yes, sir.
Now come clean, you. You're talking to the law. What do you know about grape nuts flakes?
I know they're America's fastest-growing flake cereal, and they're famous for their malty rich flavor, and the grape nuts flakes come in a 12-ounce economy-size package.
Harris, this man is concealing something. Keep an eye on him.
Gotcha.
Now I think I'll grill Mrs. Crumdyke. I have a hunch she killed her husband. You know that saying, cherchez la femme, don't you?
No, I don't.
Well, you ought to learn it. It's all the rage now.
Well, the blue coats are here. Hiya, Specky.
Hello, Mrs. Crumdyke. Where's the body?
Right here, and I'm wearing a new dress.
I mean your husband's body.
Oh, that old thing.
A strange coincidence, Mrs. Crumdyke, but all of your husbands have met untimely deaths.
Take your first husband, the big game hunter.
What about him?
You went on a hunting trip to Canada with him, and he's the first thing you shot.
Well, he looked like a moose.
No excuse. Now, I want a confession, Mrs. Crumdyke, and I want it now. Start talking.
Well...
It's no use. You murdered your husband, and you might as well admit it.
Well, here we go again.
Lies! Lies! Nothing but lies. You hated your husband, and you couldn't stand him any longer. Now tell me, how did you kill him?
Well...
I don't believe it. I'm arresting you, Mrs. Crumdyke. Arresting you for the murder of your husband. Tell me, what's his first name?
Well...
Otto J. Crumdyke. Slap the bracelets on her, Harris, and let's go.
Oh, Inspector, Mrs. Crumdyke is innocent.
Innocent?
Yes, someone just threw a note in the window and it solves the whole case.
Give me that note. Where is it?
I ate it. It was covered with mayonnaise.
Oh. Come on, Harris. Let's get over to Hetty Lamar's house. She may still be trapped. When you sit down to a big, tempting bowl full of appetizing, malty-rich grape nuts flakes, aren't you pleased with yourself? Well, you should be, because it's smart to go for a breakfast dish like that. One chuck full of swell calling for grape nuts flakes. The farmer, the salesman, the welder, the kind of folks who get things done. They start with a nourishing breakfast, and grape nuts flakes are just that. For grape nuts flakes are a whole grain cereal, crammed full of whole grain food values, including iron, niacin, and vitamin B1 for appetite, nerves, and tip-top energy. Vigor, vitality, vitamins. That's V-eating for you with delicious, toasty brown grape nuts flakes. Until next Sunday night, ladies and gentlemen, this is your obedient servant, Orson Welles. Mary, I want to compliment you on your performance tonight in the role of Mrs. Crumdyke.
I was pretty crummy, huh?
Well...
Good night, folks. Good night, doll.
This program was written by Radcliffe Morrow and Gilroy Boulogne with mayonnaise by Orson Welles. The Grape Nuts Flakes program, starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Dennis Day, Rochester, and yours truly, Don Wilson. And back with us after an absence of 5 weeks, Jack Benny. Of course, we've all heard how it takes two to make a bargain. Well, truer words were never said when it comes to modern shopping, because it takes two kinds of currency, cash and ration stamps, to buy many of today's foods. So here's a thought to put in your pocketbook on your shopping expedition next time. Nearly all foods, let's face it, have gone up in price. Gone up anywhere from 2% to 75%. But there's at least one big exception to this general wartime rule. Grape Nuts Flakes is America's fastest-growing breakfast cereal, and because you folks have been switching to that big 12-ounce economy-sized package, you're paying, on the average, less for your Grape Nuts Flakes today than you did in 1939. So with the price of many foods where it is today, it's great to know you're doing both your family and your budget a favor when you serve more crisp, toasty brown Grape Nuts Flakes. For they're a real flavor treat. They provide important whole grain nourishment, and they bring you real savings. So plan to buy several packages at a time in the big 12-ounce economy size of unrationed Grape Nuts Flakes. That was I Don't Want Anybody, played by the orchestra. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to take you to Jack Benny's home in Beverly Hills, where Jack is convalescing from his recent illness. The time, shortly before noon today. The place, Jack's bedroom. Take it away, Beverly Hills.
Let's see, I got 2 teaspoons of cherry syrup in it. A couple of drops of menthol. I think it needs another dash of gin. There, that's enough. This kind of medicine makes a cold a pleasure. Oh, Mr. Benny. Mr. Benny, wake up.
What is it, Rochester?
What do you want, Rochester?
It's time for your cough medicine. I think you'll like it better now. I put more gin in it.
More gin? You mean to say this cough medicine I've been drinking has gin in it?
You couldn't have that silly grin on your face from just plain syrup.
What?
You may not believe this, but you've been snoring Sweet Adeline.
Well, I might have known you to make my cough medicine wrong. Believe me, from now on, I'll have my prescriptions filled at the drugstore.
Okay, boss, but you'll find very few pharmacists with the imagination I got.
I don't want imagination. I want my medicine right. Now, put my electric heating pad under the covers. My feet are getting chilly.
Electric heating pad? That's the toaster with a towel wrapped around it.
I don't care. Plug it in.
Yes, sir.
Answer the phone.
Hello? Mr. Benny's residence. Boudoir extension. Who? Oh, hello, sugar. How are you? Well, I don't know, honey. I'll have to find out. Oh, Mr. Benny, can I have tonight off? I want to go down to Central Avenue to see my girl.
No, absolutely not.
Looks like you'll have to come out here, honey. So long.
Rochester, you know I'm not feeling well. Why can't you see your girlfriend tomorrow night?
Tomorrow's Monday. I got a date with my Monday girl.
Your Monday girl?
Maybe I could switch my Tuesday girl to Wednesday and make Saturday a doubleheader.
Well, if it's that involved, you don't have to... Whoops! Whoops, pull it out!
Pull out what?
Pull the plug! Pull the plug!
What's the matter, boss?
Pull the plug. My toes are caught in the toaster. Quick, pull it out.
There you are, Mr. Benny.
Ooh, my foot burns. Wow, pour some ice water on it, Rochester.
Hold still, boss.
There, that's better. Oh, hello, Mary.
What's the matter, Jack? Somebody give you a hot foot?
No, I got my toes caught in the toaster.
Your toes caught in the what?
In the toaster. Could happen to anyone.
Oh, sure. Everybody's making toast in bed nowadays. It's all the rage.
I was using it for a heating pad. Oh, but Rochester, what are you doing with that bottle of cough medicine?
I was holding it up to the light and some of it ran down my throat.
Well, why were you holding it up to the light?
I told you some of it ran down my throat.
Put that bottle down.
Yes, sir.
How do you feel, Jack? Do you think you'll be able to make the show today?
I've got to. I can't disappoint my public. Just think, Mary, people have been deprived of hearing my voice for 5 long weeks.
You'd be surprised how fast they went.
Well, I'll admit that Orson Welles did a pretty good job.
Pretty good? He's one of the most polished performers I've ever worked with.
He is, eh?
He has the most beautiful speaking voice I've ever heard.
No, he has, eh?
Gosh, when he says, "Good evening, this is Orson Welles," I get goose pimples all over.
I don't care if you break out in billiard balls. He's no better than I am. Goose pimples. Anyway, let me tell you something about the guy that gives you such a thrill. I was sick in bed 5 weeks. He didn't even send me a basket of fruit. I finally had to wire him. mean, the least he could have done, you think, would be
Well,
to...
look who's here. Hello, Phil.
Hiya, Mary.
Hello, Phil.
Hiya, Jackson. Boy, you have been sick.
Well, I imagine I am a little pale.
A little pale. You look like you went to the blood bank and forgot to say when.
Oh, I'm not that bad. See who's at the front door, Rochester.
Oh, it can't be my girl yet. She just called.
It might be for me. It's my house, remember? Now answer the door.
Okay.
Say, Jackson, I got a surprise for you. Alice Faye, now appearing in Hello Frisco, Hello, made a dozen donuts for you with her own little hands.
A dozen donuts, where are they?
Out in the car. I'll get Rochester to help me carry them in.
They're that heavy, Phil. Leave them in the car.
No, I got to get them out of there. My tires keep going down. That Harris is really bumping his gums.
Phil, I'm only guessing, but I'll bet my temperature just went up 2 points.
Well, Jack, if you have a fever, you ought to stay home and let Orson handle the show today.
What's a little fever? I've had it for 5 weeks now. 1 minute I'm hot, the next minute I'm cold. Then I'm hot, then I'm cold.
You sound like a shower bath at a cheap hotel.
I don't care what I sound like. Orson Welles is not going to do my program today.
Gosh, I'm sure going to miss Wellesley. Without him, the show won't have no refinement, no culture, no class.
And it won't have no Harris if you don't shut up. Anyway, what's all this raving about Orson Welles? Gosh, when I was in 3rd grade in Waukegan, I was a genius, too. I did something no other pupil ever did before.
What'd you do?
He joined the Navy.
All right, my record still stands.
Say, boss, the doctor's here. Do you want to see him?
No, Rochester, no. I've been lying here in bed all week because I can't find my pants.
You're pressing them under your mattress.
Well, show the doctor in.
Okay, here he is.
Oh, how do you do, Doctor?
Well, and how's my little patient? Shall we take that nasty cast off your leg today?
I got a cold in my chest, Doctor, not a broken leg.
Oh, pardon me. I was thinking of Claudette Colbert's Cocker Spaniel. He's coming along fine.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. Now, Doc, would you mind examining me? I got to go down to NBC and do a broadcast today.
Why? Is Orson Welles sick?
No, look, I'm getting better. Now, please examine me.
All right. I'll take a look at your chest first. Now, roll up your nightshirt.
Okay, here it goes. There you are. How do I look, Doc?
My, you're kind of caved in there.
Yeah.
Get a load of his chest. That's the only skin hammock I ever saw.
Oh, don't be so funny. Hey, Doc. Hey, watch your cigarette, Doc. That's my mouth, not an ashtray.
Pardon me. Now, let's see. I think I'll tap your chest.
Well, go ahead, tap me.
Now, hold still.
Ooh.
My, there seems to be a piece of metal in there.
That's a bullet I got years ago when I was hunting moose in Saskatchewan.
It's a bullet you got from a Spanish dancer in El Paso.
Ah, Rosita. She finally ran away with a bullfighter. I wonder where she is now.
I wonder where the bullfighter is. I could use some meat.
Ah, Rosita. Well, can I do my show today, Doctor?
Yes, you'll be fine. Well, I must run along now. W.C. Field St. Bernard is out of brandy. Goodbye.
Say, Jackson, I wonder if that doctor's any good.
Oh, he must be. He delivered Whirlaway. And have our rehearsal and get started for the studio.
Hey, Jackson, what's the idea of rehearsing here in your bedroom anyway?
Well, I'm saving all my strength for my public. After all, I've been pretty... Well, I'll be darned. Oh, Rochester!
Yes, boss.
Why are you pouring my cough medicine in those cocktail glasses?
I thought it might liven up the party.
This isn't a party. Now, you put that medicine back in the bottle. Never saw such a guy. He always has to be the host around here. Don and Dennis should be here by now. It's almost 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock already? How about some lunch, Jackson?
Okay. But remember, Phil, we have rationing now, so I can't dish out food like I used to.
Like you used to?
Yes.
You got so many meals out of a leg of lamb one time, it got mad and kicked you.
Well, that settles it. There'll be no lunch served. Rochester, the lobster salad, hot rolls, and apple pie a la mode are out.
There's a dream meal that can go back to the clouds.
Whatever we have, don't serve it.
Say, Jackson, I was just wondering, have you still got that crazy boarder of yours?
You're referring to Mr. Billingsley, Phil. He's not crazy.
He's not crazy. You know how he made orange juice this morning? He ran the oranges through the ringer.
Through the ringer?
Then he hung them out to dry.
He just likes to try out new things, that's all. As a matter of fact, he...
Uh-oh. Speak of the devil, here he is.
Yeah. Oh, hello, Mr. Billingsley.
Hello, Mr. Benny. Still flat on your mattress, I see.
Yes. We were just talking about you, Mr. Billingsley. Your ears must be burning.
Well, I'll have to call the fire department. I've got a new hat on.
You haven't changed a bit. By the way, Mr. Billingsley, we're going to rehearse our radio program in a few minutes. Would you like to stay and hear it?
Oh, I'd love to. I'll just hide under the bed here in case your husband comes home. Here I go. Whoop, up my head. Well, goodbye, Mr. Benny.
Goodbye.
You dog, you.
Good old Billingsley. That must be Don and Dennis. Come in.
Oh, hello, Jack. Sorry we're a little late.
How do you feel, Mr. Benny?
Oh, hello, fellas. I feel pretty good, Dennis, and I'm anxious to get back on the program. You know, I have a hunch we're going to have a pretty good show today.
Without Orson Welles?
Yes.
Gosh, the Orson Welles program without Orson Welles. I worry about things like that.
It's the Jack Benny program. Get it straight, you little traitor. What's the matter with this gang?
Oh, Jack, don't be so touchy. You always imagine that people are running you down.
I imagine.
Yes, you jump at conclusions. If somebody happens to say you're a heel, you always take it the wrong way.
Well, how else can I take it? A heel is a heel.
You said it.
There you are. I imagine things, eh? Well, let's get started with the rehearsal. Rochester, pass the scripts around.
Yes, sir. Everybody gets a script and a glass of cough medicine.
There'll be no cough medicine.
I read this script, boss. A little nectar won't hurt it.
Rochester, whenever I need you in the capacity of a dramatic critic, I'll let you know. Now, let's get started, fellas. Now, Don introduces me in the show, and then I come on, and I say... Who can that be? Come in.
Hey, it's Miss Harrington, Mr. Wells' secretary. Hello, Miss Harrington.
Hello, Dennis. Good afternoon, everybody.
Hello, Slugger.
My, what an odd bed sheet. It has blue eyes.
This is me. This is me. I'm pale.
You certainly are. I have news for you, Mr. Benny. Mr. Wells is about to pay you a visit.
Orson? Orson's coming here to visit me?
Yes, he'll be here shortly. Rochester, I want this room tidied up at once.
Yes, Miss Harrington?
I want a chair placed beside the bed.
Yes, Miss Harrington.
And put an X on Mr. Benny's forehead so Mr. Wells can spot him immediately.
Now, look, I'm not that pale. Now, Miss Harrington, would you mind sitting over there in the corner? We were just starting to rehearse our program.
Rehearse without the master? Mr. Wells won't like it.
Nuts to Mr. Wells.
I know just how you feel, Daddy.
Well, I'll be darned. She's human.
Attention, everybody! Mr. Wells is about to make his entrance.
Mr. Wells. Come in.
This is Orson Welles.
Well, Wellsy. Hello,
Gee, you'd think he was Frank Remley or something, the way they're jumping around here. Heaven's sake.
Well, Mary, it's nice to see you. How's Jack feeling today?
I feel well enough to do my broadcast, brother.
Wasn't that Jack's voice? Jack, where are you?
Right here. They forgot to mark me. Look, can't you see my big blue eyes?
Oh, yes, they're gorgeous.
Thank you.
But you're so pale, Jack.
Well, you see, Orson, it's been so cloudy lately, I haven't been able to get any sun. I sit out in my backyard every day, but nothing happens.
I'll fix that. Miss Harrington, take a note.
Yes, Mr. Wells.
Get in touch with the Weather Bureau. The sun must shine tomorrow.
Yes, Mr. Wells. See what I mean, Daddy?
Hey, maybe he can do it.
Oh, by the way, Jack, I noticed a lot of orange peels hanging on your clothesline. Is that to ward off evil spirits?
No, Mr. Billingsley, my boarder, was making some juice. Now, if you'll excuse us for a few minutes, Orson, we'll go ahead with our rehearsal.
Oh, I certainly don't mind if I stay and watch, do you?
No, not at all. Now, as I was saying, fellas, Don introduces me, then I come on.
Pardon me, there doesn't seem to be a chair here.
What? No chair? Mr. Wells doesn't have a chair.
Oh, my goodness. Here, Orson, take mine.
No, Orson, take my chair.
Take mine. It's got a pretty cushion on it.
Take my chair, Orson. It's peachy.
Here, take the bed. I'll go out and hang on the clothesline. For heaven's sake. Now, let's get going with this rehearsal, whether Mr. Wells is standing, sitting, or floating around the room. Now, the first thing to do is, Orson, come down here. He knows more magic. Now, the first thing to do is run over the dialogue.
Run over the dialogue? Oh, no, that'll never do. No.
What do you mean, no?
Comedy, Jack, should never be rehearsed. Repetition destroys its sparkle and spontaneity.
But
the
Orson,
important elements of a variety program are the songs and music.
Look,
now,
but Orson...
Dennis, I want you to run over your song so we can get an idea of its length.
Now, wait a minute, Orson. This rehearsal is my business. You're not even going to be on the show.
I know, but I shall be listening. It's about time we listeners had something to say. Sing, Dennis.
Yeah, sing. I see what you mean, sister.
Say goodbye. Each night I'll push aside the mountains, I'll drain the ocean dry. We mustn't say goodbye. I promise you that when the postman rings, my heart will be inside the envelope he brings. Oh, don't you know the memories we gather can never give me something to remember you by. When I am far away from you, dear, some little something meaning love cannot die. When I am far away from you, don't you know the memories we gathered can never, never die. We mustn't say, we'll never say
How is that, Mr. Wells? Do you think it'll do for the program?
Well, Dennis, I think Mr. Benny should answer that question. After all, he's running a show this week.
Darn right I am. Your song was swell, Dennis, but it's a little long. I want you to cut half a minute out of it.
Cut? Half a minute cut of that beautiful ballad would ruin it.
Might, at that. Tell you what, Dennis, I want you to add a half a minute
Add?
to it.
You want him to add half a minute and destroy its musical climax?
I never thought of that. I didn't... leave it alone, Dennis.
Leave it alone? You want him to leave it alone and...
Now, wait a minute, Orson. Orson? Orson? Took him 10 years to build up the name Orson Welles. I made it Oris in 1 second. Look at Orson. What the heck do you want?
I wish I knew.
So do I. Look, Orson, it's getting late. Do you mind?
You know.
Look, Orson, I'm sorry I killed your gag there. Or I'm glad. I don't know which. Orson, it's getting late. Do you mind if we get on with the rehearsal?
Of course not. I'll just glance through this manuscript here on the table. Is it a screenplay?
No, that's my autobiography, Orson. I've been working on the story of my life since I've been sick.
Intriguing title. Jack Benny, From Rags to Radio.
Yes, I was going to call it The Loves of Jack Benny, but I haven't done so well.
My. This is a thrilling opening. I, Jack Benny, was born on a farm near Waukegan, Illinois, many years ago.
It is thrilling, isn't it?
It's a great day of great rejoicing on the farm. Chickens were cackling, cows were mooing, hogs were grunting, and Father was cockeyed.
What a celebration.
Young Jack Benny, from his very earliest
pardon me
days...
for interrupting, Orson, but we've got to get finished with our rehearsal.
No. This is interesting. Go ahead, Orson. Go ahead.
But, Jack, now, I've got to rehearse the sponsor's message yet.
You got to yet? Oh, yes, the sponsor's message. Well, Don, as long as I haven't been on the show for 5 weeks, I thought we'd concentrate on me.
Now, just a minute, Jack. You can't seriously believe that we listeners tune in to the Grape Nuts Flakes program every week just to hear about you.
But, Orson...
Of course not. We want to know how those toasty brown sweet as a nut little flakes are getting along.
But, Oswald...
We want to know... we want to know if they still... Now, you know I can't louse up the sponsors.
No.
I got to pronounce Grape Nuts. We want to know if they still have that malty rich flavor. And if they...
Well, the sponsors?
Yes. We want to know if they still have that malty rich flavor and if they're still America's fastest growing flake cereal.
But, Orson, look, I think that people want to know... Darn that nightshirt. But, Orson, after Don delivers his message, can't I talk about myself? Can't I tell people my cold is better?
Jack, I wouldn't take any bows on that cold till you're strong enough to have a beautiful nurse.
Oh, well, I'll tell them anyway. Huh?
Well, and how's my little patient? Shall we take that nasty cast off your leg today?
Doc, I'm not a cocker spaniel. Look, but as long as you're here, you can give me an aspirin. All this excitement is giving me a little headache.
An aspirin? Here you are.
Thank you.
That'll be 5 cents, please.
Look, put it on my bill. Now, if I can just swallow the thing.
Would you like to grease the track with a little cough medicine, Mr. Bennett?
I don't need any chaser. See, it's down.
Say, that was a pretty big pill. It didn't look like an aspirin to me.
Me neither.
You neither? You're the doctor.
Well, you don't have to get so huffy about it. I just happened to give you a sleeping pill by mistake.
What?
You're lucky. It might have been a dog biscuit.
A sleeping pill? He gave me a sleeping pill. Gosh, I can't go to sleep. I got a show to do today. Remember, Don, you introduce me, and I'll come on and say,
Well, Orson, looks like you'll have to do the show today.
I'll be glad to, Mary.
Now, come on, everybody. Let him sleep.
Those pills are wonderful. I'm headed for Central Avenue. I came back for the cough medicine, folks.
If you're a wartime homemaker, then you're a member of the WINS, W-I-N-S, Women in National Service. And one of your big jobs is keeping the family well fed in spite of wartime food restrictions. Well, your job will be a lot easier if you serve more unrationed whole grain cereals more often. Cereals such as delicious toasty brown grape nuts flakes. For our government's nutrition program urges that everybody get the important nourishment of the whole grain cereals every day. And in each luscious bowl full of malty-rich grape nuts flakes and milk, you do get that important whole grain nourishment that includes many of the same essentials found in foods that are scarce. And friends, to enjoy the swell-tasting goodness and the whole grain nourishment of grape nuts flakes, you don't have to give up a single precious ration stamp. So ask for plentiful, nutritious grape nuts flakes in the big, thrifty 12-ounce package tomorrow.
Thanks, Orson. Good night, folks.